MICAH Beats activated.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go. Just another day on the couch, talking about all the problems of today. Woo! I ain't turned my soundboard on. Woo! Welcome back to another episode of Just Therapy. I am your host, comedian Sean Boyd, and it is another beautiful Monday evening, y'all. Yes. Another great way to end off your evening on a beautiful Monday night. I got another hot show for you. Big shout out real quick to my last guest, Ward Laugh Factory. Jimmy the second and Jimmy the third in the building. So that was a good show. Last Monday, I did the 12th annual suicide prevention fundraiser. It was a success. We ended up raising $1,200 for the cause. And y'all know all the proceeds went to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So great. The comics showed the fuck out. I had 5 headliners, including myself. So it was definitely a star-studded show. My man Chris Harvey, Katrina Brown, Marcus Martin, and Chevy Terrell, along with myself hosting. So you ain't gonna see 5 headliners for a $15 donation anywhere. Not that hot ass lineup. But enough about that. Let's get into tonight because I am excited. Well, I'm always excited about my guests, but I'm super excited because this is a friend of the couch returning for the 4th time to the damn couch on the show. Make some noise for Miss BBC. What's going on, sis? Now you got to unmute yourself. I'm unmuting you. Unmute yourself, girl.
Oh. Greetings, everybody. How are you? So happy to be here back on the couch.
Yeah.
You know, I came in my robe and everything. I'm like, you know what? Let's just go all the way out.
Come on, all the way up. And then she trying to come up here. Say what's up to everybody. Say hey.
Hi. Hey, Mama.
I was just taking her braids out, so her hair look a little crazy right now. But
her hair looks natural and beautiful.
Oh no, it looked beautiful. It's just I took these out on the side and ponytail in the back. So yeah. All right, get out of here. She getting her hair back braided tomorrow. What's going on, Dre Sean? What's going on, man? Happy belated birthday to you. I know your birthday was yesterday, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. Happy birthday to you.
Scorpio.
Big homie. As y'all know, this is the most best interactive podcast in the world. Just Therapy, because you always can type in the chat and I'll say what it is. And then if you are on Just Therapy, the podcast Facebook page or YouTube page, I can actually put it on the screen. But if you're on my page, I just got to read it off the phone. So you know how we do. But whatever we talking about, please chime in because we got some great shit to touch on. Without further ado, let's get into it. So real quick, give people a little background that haven't seen the episodes or heard the episodes that you was on, Miss BBC. Give us a little background on both what you do real quick.
Okay. I'm Miss BBC. I'm actually a serial entrepreneur. I'm a reggae singer in Cleveland, Ohio. I do some of everything, but I also have my own line called Body to Body Empress, where I create my own shea butters I had to bring it out, and my own pheromone oils, all natural, of course. And I'm also an author and a mother, of course. And, I dibble and dabble in a little bit of this and that.
Don't forget it. Intimacy coach. Come on, girl.
I am an intimacy consultant. I'm an intimacy consultant, but I'm definitely on sabbatical right now.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But, I'm always teaching and always ready to, share the energy.
There you go. There you go. That's what's up. Yeah, I was about to say we got to put that out there. And let's get into the topics real quick, man. Like, so you already know how we kind of start off. I already did my little recap. But real quick, so Friday I took my nephew to the playoff game for Hoban. It was Hoban versus Wash Jessup. And Hoban whooped on him, but like my nephew, he like my height, he like 6'2", maybe even 6'3" now. A big boy. He like 290, like defensive end, play offensive lineman, everything. So I'm trying to like get him into like really, really being on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A bright future ahead of him. So we kicked it, had some good time. Saturday went to a Friendsgiving over fellow comedian Tsunami's house with a little T. Tsunami with a little T. I mean, it was cool. We had a good time. We played the card game. That's what she said. It's just like Cards Against Humanity, but a little raunchier, a little funnier. And then yesterday, watch my Brownies get a victory over them Squealers over Schittsburg. So that was beautiful. And then went and had dinner with my beautiful girlfriend and her 2 kids and her parents. So that was cool.
Blessings.
What about you? How was your weekend? What you got going on?
Just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Actually, it was my birthday the other day. And
happy birthday. What up?
Yeah, I didn't really celebrate. My I have one of my sissies took me to get something to eat, but I didn't celebrate because I dedicated my birthday to my daughter due to she had a car accident. I don't know if you remember. And so I started a fundraiser for her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started a fundraiser for her and everything. So I really just kind of didn't do anything. It was crazy because like I didn't even get like many calls or anything, but a lot of people, hit me up on Facebook, of course, and I wasn't even going to put anything up. But I'm thinking about this Saturday. I'm probably going to celebrate it at the tattoo shop, have people come on through and like, get a vibes or whatever like that, something like that. But nothing. Yeah, it was pretty laid back. Always creating though.
That's what's up. Big shout out, Darletta Holmes in the building. Thanks for coming to the couch.
Yes, that's my cousin.
Hey, what up, cousin?
My favorite cousin.
Yeah, my guy, OG Myron Tibbs in the building. That's my guy. You got to go check out his restaurant. Man, hey, drop your address. I'll shout it out in the name and the address and all that shit. Cause man, when I mean my dude can throw down, I went and checked him out and had some gator bites. And the first time I had gator bites was in New Orleans, of course. Food heaven, right? Oh my gosh, his gator bites was so good. I thought I was back in New Orleans. Like besides the smell, because New Orleans stinks. I don't know if y'all know that, but besides the smell, it was like I was back in the NO, and it was so delicious. So y'all gotta check him out. It's called Private Party 805. Make sure you check him out. He is in Akron. Check him out. I'm telling you, pull up on him. You will not be disappointed about his food. My guy can throw down. So Brandon Parrish in the building. What's going on, fam? Oh yeah. So as y'all know, like we moving and grooving. We always like to do childhood memories, right? So we always give one childhood memory that so people can continue to get in my past. I've been doing this podcast almost 3 years, and I ain't run out of childhood memories yet. So, but I always like to have my guests give a childhood memory, funny, crazy, it don't matter. So give me a childhood memory. Go ahead, Miss BBC. Give me one.
Oh my goodness, a childhood memory. Let me see. Okay, all right. Here you go. A good one. So one time I was about Goodness, I had to be about like 11 or 12. And I had my brother, my brother like used to just be into a lifestyle or whatever like that. But he had this one car that he loved, but it didn't really work, and it had no tags or anything on it or whatever. And I wanted to go to the store and no one would take me to the store. And I'm like, I'm just really in the vibes. It's dark or whatever. So I get with one of my play sisters and I'm like, I steal his keys to the car. And I'm like, cause my dad used to just like put me on his lap and, like do little stuff or whatever, Caribbeans move different. So I started the car up, but I didn't know when you go into reverse, you have to go the other way, turn the steering wheel the other way. Like I'm trying to get out, but I'm turning it like I'm going forward. So I'm like going into a whole nother vehicle. But by the time I do that, now the vehicle has went slanted and I can't back out. So I hit the man car over here and then I'm trying to back out, but I just like boom. So my sister like, just floor it.
Oh wow.
And when I back up, like I just floor it, but a car is coming up in the parking lot and I just smash like the back of the car right into that. But then I still don't stop. I gotta put the car back, whatever like that. Now the car, when I smash into it, they take off because they think they hit me. So they take off and leave. But the man's wife was awake because he worked that night. So she was awake and she saw me hit the other thing and boom, I put the car back and everything, thinking I'm home good. Came home from school, got the worst beating of my life.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's crazy. I got some stories about that one too. my own hit and runs.
Yes, like,
oh my gosh. Real quick, Private Party Bar and Lounge, 805 Upson Street, Akron, Ohio. Make sure y'all go check out that good food. Y'all got to go check them out. Tell them I sent you. So my childhood memory this week, since you brought up a car, I'll talk about a car, my parents' car. One of the times I crashed it, I was going to one of my best friend's house, Jay Luke. He friend of the show. He's been on the podcast. So I just got McDonald's for the family, right? I just picked up McDonald's for the family. I'm on my way home, but I had to drop off some weed to my dude. I had to drop off this sack. So I went to drop off the sack after I got the food, and I got all this McDonald's in the seat, and I got the 4 drinks in the seat, and it's in the old school brown cup holder thing that was flimsy as shit, right? Y'all remember those?
Yeah.
So I go to pull out the driveway, and I'm being all funny and shit because I'm whipping my parents' Cadillac. So I go to whip the car, right? And once I whipped it coming out of the driveway, the drinks go to spill, and me being me, I go and reach for it, not paying attention that I took my hand off the wheel to catch it.
Oh my goodness.
So when I did that, I hit this little bitty ass tree in my dude's yard, fucked up pretty much the whole front end because the cat.
Oh my goodness.
Glass. And I was like, son of a bitch. I was so disgusted. And this is when we had a car phone. This is back in the day. So it was the block car phone that sat on the floor that you only can use in emergencies because it was like a $5 per call. And I called my dad. And the first thing he say, as soon as he pick up, he like, you all right? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right.
Where you at?
I was like, I'm all right. But he was like, I don't care about no damn car. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah. And how did you know it was about the car? Like, you know what I'm saying?
From the emergency phone.
Yeah, but how did he know it was about the car? Like, all he cared, like, he was like, I don't care about no car. Like, I didn't even tell you what happened yet, nigga. Like,
you called from the emergency phone. That's all he knew.
Listen, my dad, I swear he was like psychic. And he
probably was.
And he knew I tore that car up. I tore it up too. It was like, it was bent up. It was like $800 worth of damage, maybe.
Oh my goodness. All to save some McDonald's drinks.
All to save some McDonald's drinks, right? And the drop. And I was on punishment for like a month from the car, even though like I really want like a punishment, but I couldn't use the car for a month because it was messed up. But for him, the first thing he said was, "Are you okay?" That was the first thing he said. He didn't care about nothing else.
Wow.
I was like, but I dropped the McDonald's drinks and I messed the car up. Like, I don't care. As long as you all right.
As long as you're okay, that's good. Because my situation my situation didn't go none of that easy, and we still wouldn't have went that easy even if I was in your situation. Like it was never like so easy or whatever. They just boom everything because it's like we got whoopings for if I tell you like you can't ride your bike, or if I say you could ride your bike, but if you fall, I'm gonna get you. You're definitely gonna get a whooping for falling. Like that's how
all day,
Like, you know, so yeah, nothing. I would have got towed up just for crashing. You could have killed yourself. Like, okay, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's funny. But at least you were okay.
I was okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the car, it was only $800. Like the car could be fixed.
True.
Right? Because you know what I'm saying? If it was like to the point where they couldn't fix it, it probably would have been another story.
Yeah, but the car was able to be fixed, and he was like, "Look, we can fix the car. We can't fix you or replace you."
Yeah. Well, they actually liked you. That's nice.
Yeah. Oh no, my parents was cool as shit. It was so much shit that they ain't know before they died, and then I talked about it after they passed away because I was still scared to get my ass whooped. Like,
yeah. I get it.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the next one. So we always like to give flowers to people while they still here, right? Because people are so conditioned to give people flowers while they dead and gone. So we like to give people flowers while they are still here so they can smell those roses. All right.
Exactly.
So my flowers this week are going to go to who I gave my flowers to at my fundraiser. So Nadal is the owner of the Funny Stop, and she was the owner's wife. The owner passed in July. And last time I was in there, she really wasn't smiling all like that. I mean, she lost her best friend, so I get it. But she continued to let me do the fundraiser there and not charge me anything to do the fundraiser. I got full door.
Wow.
They got food and drinks and everything, and people
such a blessing.
Drank. But like I literally bought her physical flowers to give to her. I brung her up to the stage and made her stand there while I was telling her why I gave her flowers, because she's so strong. She's resilient. She kept the club open. She keeping it going. People still coming in, still paying homage to Pete. And just her strength, it had to be rewarded. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't go unnoticed, so I gave her flowers, so I'm going to give them to her again. Nadal, you getting your flowers again. Love you to death. Last week, it took everything in my heart not to shed a tear and cry while I was giving her flowers, because it was like right there too. And I'm like, nope. Like, so yeah, she definitely getting her flowers today.
Blessings to her. Blessings to her.
Yeah.
She sounds like a beautiful person. I would love to meet her.
She really is. All you gotta do is go on the Funny Stop anytime. She always there. She smiled, and it was just good to see her smile. And it was a genuine smile, because I know she's still going through it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So who you want to give flowers to today?
I honestly want to give flowers to every parent and grandparent that have children, that they're taking care of their children, that are separated and trying to do everything they can, make it work for their children. Because times are really hard right now for even people that, don't have children, like even if you have 2-family household and everything. So to parents, because our job is not easy. And then when you're a parent and you're, separated, or, and you're both trying to make that work, or if you're a parent that's taking care of your grown kids, or even your grown kids, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to survive and pay bills, or, get used to the, energy. The kids got out on Friday here. They got on Friday for Thanksgiving.
They had the whole week?
Yeah, a whole week. We didn't do that, right?
No,
And
not at all.
Wednesday, when we got out the day before Thanksgiving, and a lot of parents don't have
Black
a way
Friday.
to, and they didn't tell them until a certain amount of time. And a lot of people can't prepare for that. They don't have nobody to take care of the kids or can afford daycare. We could barely afford a month meal, and I see this all the time, and I see like parents really, really struggling, and so they're trying to make it work and either fighting with, dad or kids or, just trying to get them to school, get to work, get this done, make dinner. And so my flowers go out to all of the parents of parents, all the grandparents that have to deal with that each and every day because it's not easy.
No, it's not. And I received those flowers because you already know
Blessings.
I'm a single father with full custody, a little mama, and she 4 and she a handful. And I just realized once I really looked at the newsletter and they sent the email saying they was out of preschool all week. And I'm like, motherfuckers, because she go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I'm like, man, thank God for my sister-in-law because she watching her tomorrow.
Yeah.
I just kick it with her Wednesday because I don't have to work on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, if it wasn't for her, like I would be shit out of luck. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Like,
and some parents and some people don't have that. They don't have anybody that they can call and, or grandma or auntie or whatever like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Say, they don't have anybody that they can leave their kids with or, and pay for daycare, pay for and then you can't trust everybody, and that's the whole vibes. And you're like, you have to worry about it and this and that, make sure everything is too much. It's so much. And I see so many people go through it. And I know, and to all the parents that really love their kids, like good parents, like we all didn't have that. And when you have somebody that love you and support you and build you up and everything like that, like, people need that. And a lot of us didn't have it. So, man, parents, grandparents, I love y'all. My flowers go to y'all.
All day. Well deserved. Tony Cover in the building. What up, man? I can never call you Anthony Cover. I know you as Tony Cover, motherfucker. So you change your name on Facebook all you want. Still gonna be Tony Cover.
Yes.
Yeah, but big shout out to him. All right, let's get into it. We got a lot of shit to discuss. So I gotta bring up what we talking about. So I know you taking over the first one. Oh no, so real quick. So the Exonerated Five, if y'all haven't heard, one of the not survivors, but one of the guys that was in an Exonerated Five ran for city council in New York and won. So
wow.
Big shout out to him. Getting him a ward seat on city council for New York City, the place that literally tried to execute him because like Trump was like, oh, they should all be executed.
Yeah,
and they didn't even do nothing. They were falsely accused, and they had to spend so many I think they almost did a year.
Yeah.
For that, and it wasn't even them. Like they had nothing to do with it, and he was one of the ones. But for him to stay the course.
Yeah.
And actually run for city council and then win.
Yeah.
On top of that, big shout out to my man.
I hope he really applies greatness to that. Because that is a big deal. And you stayed the course or whatever like that. So the people believed in you. And so I hope he do right by his title.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. And I don't see him not doing big things in that role and actually helping the city as he can, especially from what he went through, beat the odds, like got, what I'm saying? Because he didn't do it. So he got out. There's a lot of people that didn't do it and they still was stuck in prison for years and years.
Yes, I know.
Beat the odds and actually want to serve the city that literally tried to take his life away from him.
Absolutely.
Big kudos to him. Yeah, definitely.
That's nice.
Yep. All right, let's get into it. So one of the other topics is stripped of emotions. This is something you wanted to talk about. Let's get into it, y'all. And remember, couchers, everybody who watching, chime in. We will read your comments because I want to hear what y'all got to say about what we talking about as well. Go ahead, BBC.
Well, yeah. So I wanted to talk about like men being stripped of their feelings. And And, I'm always uprising towards men, definitely all men, but mostly towards my Black men, because I feel like Black men are the least loved species in the whole entire world. They're only loved in a approach of on the conditions of what they apply to whatever situation, being relationship, business, sports, whatever.
Right.
And Black women being the most disrespected species in the world, what I'm saying, even sometimes by Black men. But in the process of this conversation, I was watching a interview like probably last year, and it was Tanya Stevens, and they were just discussing like, why men, change so many energies, and they're less emotional than women and everything like that. And she discussed that energy, and I'm like, and I just elaborated on, and I post about it all the time, and I talk about it all the time. And I kind of instill that energy into situations, because sometimes when we just want to know why men do this, why do that. And I'm like, what we really have to understand, and this is not an excuse, because people can work on that energy, hold themselves accountable, and get help for different situations. But most men are stripped of their emotions at a very young age, like, especially if another baby plays a part, you know what I'm saying? You a big boy, you a man, men don't cry, you know what I'm saying? Stop coddling him. Like, okay, well, he only 2 years old. Like, don't hold him, don't do that. You gonna make him soft or whatever. And then it's kind of instilled, and depending on the parenting, sometimes it's much deeper. You feel what I'm saying? So I like to discuss this in meetings in my groups. Like when I'm doing my intimacy, I always focus on this. And a lot of women be like, oh, and they'd be so against it. I know some probably going to come in the comments and try to come for me, but don't, because I'll come right back for you. Right. But at the end of the day, like, we really have to think about that. Think about if you have sons, especially if you do it to your sons, or if their fathers do it to them, uncles and everything, punch them, sugar them up. Yeah, you cry and do this to you, hold them up. You know what I'm saying? Mothers punching them in the chest. You a man. You supposed to be like this. They're telling them, get all the women, get all the bitches, get all the, like, that's being instilled in a lot of, whatever. If they're the baby for a certain amount of period, and then you have another baby, and then some parents really do neglect that first child, whether it's a girl or a boy. But because now you don't strip them of their emotions, and someone else said, most men, like when women be like, well, we broke up and he got with somebody like real quick. It don't ever be about that person. It be about, that's the only time most men get to show emotion. It's through, sexual encounters.
Right.
So you see some men, and they, go from woman to woman or whatever like that. Some just, they just be on that community dick, you know what I'm saying? Thing. Oh, the baby ain't in there, see?
No, she
so, like the whole vibes or whatever. Look, I'm like I could look in your living room. I'm like,
right, no. I'm in the living room.
The whole vibes of all of that. Like, people need to pay attention. And I think sometimes as women, we don't focus on that, because we're so in the need of, I want him, I like him, I need him, or whatever like that. And it's always there, like, the certain, energies or whatever. And I really hate red flags. People are just narcissism and red flags. That's all you hear now. We all have a bit of narcissistic energy inside of us. You know what I'm saying? And we all have red flags. Something about me you might not like, Right. And so, but that I don't know is a red flag. That's probably my greatest, energy, that you like, oh, she worked too much or something like that. Red flag. I mean, she, she's not concerned. But so I really try to focus on that energy myself too. Because I don't, got into connections with people or whatever like that, and just like, well, I'm gonna focus on this energy because that's what's serving me, but not focusing on the fact that this person has emotional issues, they're emotionally unavailable, and everything like that. And sometimes the only time we do connect in emotion is if we're being physical or whatever. And then it's always like an off situation.
Right.
So I just want like to put that energy out there. Like, stop doing that to your sons. First of all, if your son gonna be soft, gay, Tweebird, Tinkerbell, whatever you want to call it, what I'm saying, trans, not trans, whatever, because all that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I don't have time for. But no offense to anybody, but it's just too much for me. If your son is gonna be any type of softness that you feel like is inappropriate for your energy, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of gay guys, and most of them ain't soft at all. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they sweet, but they not soft, And so I feel like that's going to happen regardless, no matter how many punches, how many rough up or whatever like that. But allow them to be human. Allow them to be human, and you take that, their part of their humanity away from them, humanity, I mean. And then they get older, and then especially if they're Black men, they get older, and then more is taken away from them because they're Black men. But all men go through certain, energies of, like not knowing where to process, I'm saying, some of that,
right,
their emotions. That's right. Why war and all that, they like war games, they like this, basketball, anything that they can take energy out on. So I really wanted to talk about that and like get that energy out there. Stop doing it to the sons or whatever like that. You wondering why you ain't had no good men or whatever like that, then you gonna make your son a not good man because you don't know how to process emotions and communicate and comprehend, because people could communicate, but most men do not know how to comprehend. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you say something, you're telling them like, hey, this is how people get to the point where they don't hold themselves accountable for, because they don't know how to process emotion. How do you hold yourself accountable when you don't even have emotions towards what is happening or what someone else is feeling?
Right. Absolutely. You feel me? Right. Man, I feel that. Derek Gray in the building. What up, dog? How you been, man? Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. So definitely I want to piggyback off what you're talking about. Just being stripped of emotion. You're so right, because and that's why mental health comes a big play in a man's life.
Exactly.
Because you grow up around certain people, and certain people say you can't show emotion, and then you have mental health issues when you get older. And then you ended up, like you said, running through females and not really being emotionally available to a female and not wanting to express your true feelings and trying to hide from it. Like, I remember, I got a grown son. He'll be 26 in December. Love him to death. So it wasn't like I wouldn't let him cry at all. Like that wasn't a thing, because I cried when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I used to get frustrated. Anytime I got super mad, some tears would roll out my eyes because I was that angry. It was like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't result into always fighting. It was literally, all right, some tears came to my eyes. I remember when Little League, we lost a really big game, and I felt it was my fault. So, and like the crazy part about it is like one of the coaches was like, all right, man, you got to wipe your tears. You can't let them see you cry. Like, what you mean? Like, I'm pissed at myself. You know what I'm saying? I messed up. Like, I was playing third, bases was loaded. I went and tagged, the ball came right to me. I went and tagged third, threw it to first to get the double play, not thinking we didn't have no out. So I should have threw home, and that was on me. So I was frustrated. I was pissed. Like, how you gonna tell me how to process my anger? Instead of throwing the ball at somebody and cussing somebody out and being a poor sport, like because I was pissed.
But see, and they see how he shut you down. But also with your parents, like, teach them how. See, they could have taught you how to even process that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? If you want to go, to yourself, if you need to release something, a liquor or whatever like that, then release it. Like when people think, oh no, I ain't about to do that because I'm not about to make it's not that. Because what if you were one of those angry criers? That attack people because you were crying. You know what I'm saying? And so it needs to be taught, like, you are human. You are allowed to have human vibes, but this is how you should do it. Go off to yourself, boom, 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 breathe, get yourself together, wipe your tears, and then come back or whatever, and this is how you deal with it. And even some women, my father was very strict. Like he wanted a son, you know what I'm saying? So It was no emotional, no tears, like chuck up your chin, like you know what to do. I was created to be something totally different than what I have become. But it took me a minute to get there. I was very emotionally unavailable
Right.
years ago. So in the whole vibes, I think that teach your kids, teach your men, all cultures are, how to process emotion. Because in some other countries, they teach their sons that, what I'm saying? Like you see,
Yeah.
like in certain Asian people, they be having their sons walking around in a superhero outfit. He be like 6 years old, you know what I'm saying? But, and then they like, if he cry, like, okay, cry, let's breathe. They do breathing and okay,
Breathing
like, so
exercises. Yes.
right. Just
Yes.
breathe, count to 5. I've seen Asian women do this with their sons, so I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so different cultures, they do teach us, and then their sons grow up to be amazing communicators, amazing husbands, amazing, business people, because excuse me, they learn how to, communicate and process their emotions.
Right.
And it takes a lot, like, teaching with, working with kids, but working with boys is just a whole different vibes. And, I've seen people tell their, have their daughter be crying. It's like, oh, baby, and the son be crying, and the son will be going through something worse. The little girl, she just crying because she a little girl, Oh, yeah, I wanted purple and you gave me lavender type shit, And the little boy been on, broke his finger. Oh, you a man. Let me put some dirt on it. Like, let me fix it for you or whatever. You a man. We get dirty or whatever. And it's like, okay, you can still do that, but you're a man. You this, and you're human, because
Right.
that it's not about making them soft, making them, anything like that. It's like, it's about instilling certain energy into them to make them a better human being.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not to cut you off, we got a comment from the comment section. Tony Cover says, there is definitely added pressure from society for Black men to be upstanding citizens in a
Go sit down.
society that gives added power and influence to white men. Society always treat men like white guy takes care of a mental health, strong man. Black man takes care of mental health. He could snap at any minute. At any minute. Since society adds that pressure, Black men are 2 times less likely to seek help than white men. Study from 2014. My guy Tony, absolutely right, man. Because as a Black man myself, like it is more added pressure, like because like you get looked at instantly wherever I go, like, oh man, who is this big Black guy? And he's the angry Black guy if you say something, right? And it's not even that, like, I've been judged being on the road as a comic. They see you.
Yeah.
I've been to West Virginia where I was the only Black person in like a 500-mile radius or 400, whatever. But as soon as they see me, they're like, oh, what is he going to talk about? And then I started talking and started to get them laughing. They're like, oh my gosh, this guy's funny. Yes, because it doesn't matter about my color, because I talk about what people can laugh at.
Excuse me.
But there's a key point where I remember when my son on his 18th birthday, like I held him in my arms because he was crying, like, why my mom don't love me. You know what I'm saying? And he's sitting there crying. So we both crying.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, she love you. She just don't know how to show it right. But you already know, dude, like I'm always here for you. Regardless. I love you regardless of the fact. So
and see, that's good.
Definitely great point, Tony.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And I want to monkey back off of that as well. And not only society, as far as getting help and getting therapy or anything like that, families, and for Black men, Black people, and especially like our grandparents and stuff, they didn't believe in therapy and all of that. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you're not about to put no white folks in our business. No Caribbeans, definitely. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to bring no, because, people think mothers think they're going to blame them. You know what I'm saying? Or you looked at you crazy because you went to therapy, or whatever, So you can't talk to anybody. And that's another thing. That's another thing that's added to that. You can't tell your business. You can't talk about nothing with nobody, because anything that happens in this house stays in this house.
Stays in this house,
And just, okay, let's go further than that. Let's say it's a black boy that's been molested. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So now he's stripped of his emotions. He's been violated, molested or whatever. And he can't even talk about it to anybody. His molester probably didn't get arrested because the parents or the family don't want nobody to know. And so they don't stir up a big thing or whatever. They just keep them away and tell them to stay away if they don't, take them out or whatever.
Right.
So now he has to keep this, down to himself. And, so all of those things actually just play a major part of lack of emotions, you know what I'm saying? And it makes people grow up like you don't know what anybody's been through. And a lot of men don't even talk about most of the stuff that they've been through. Why? From being stripped of their emotions too, because they don't want to feel soft or somebody to look at them in a certain way of what they go on with or whatever like that. So them not getting therapy on top of that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are working around monsters. You know what I'm saying? Just from being stripped of their emotions at the level that they were, not getting help, not having anybody to be able to say, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You can cry to me. You can tell me your emotions or whatever like that. And then some of them get with people that are very emotional, and then they strip that person of their emotions,
Absolutely.
And then that person said, well, you should get some help because you're to this. And it's like, boom. So it's like a domino effect,
It is.
But people should be telling people, tell your friends, if you got friends like that, if say, man, like, hey, I go to therapy, like you should, I see you sometimes you be angry or whatever. And don't be afraid, because if you lose that person as a friend, it probably is doing you, a good job. But if you're a good person and you're in a bad person life, don't feed it. Don't say, oh, that's just the way they are or whatever like that. Work with that person. Tell them like, yo, you're moving in a certain way or whatever. Like, come on, like you a good person. I could see more for you. That's why a lot of men, and people think it's just like, oh, white men, there are a lot of poor ass white men. And even though they might have privilege, but a lot of men of all cultures and races and nationalities cannot function because they don't know how to emotionally process certain things to get through. If they get turned down for a job, they shut completely down. If, they don't know how to communicate or comprehend what somebody is saying, they can't pass certain tests and can't get past certain limits or whatever. So it plays more than just about relationships or whatever like that. It's a developmental, and I'm gonna say a spiritual vibe that keeps a lot of people down, especially our people.
Right. Absolutely. And you got to think about this. It's not just, the black culture. It's just some cultures, period, don't want you to get therapy. Like it's frowned upon to actually get help. And that's the sad part, because I told my son recently, I say, hey, you really should look into getting some counseling. I'm like, there's only so much I can talk to you about and help you. Sometimes you just need to get it out. Talk to somebody that ain't even directly related to you, because I was like, look, you got mommy issues. He realized he has mommy issues. And I told him, hey, you need to seek some help.
And that because you need somebody non-biased. It's hard for you as a parent to hear your son. To me, and I know for me, it would be like that too. Like, even with my daughter had like seizure disorder and short-term memory loss because of her seizure disorder when she was growing up. And I couldn't teach her because it was just so hard. She couldn't get a lot of stuff, or she didn't remember the next day after. And it was too much for me. I was a kid, with a kid. So in the process of all that, I did what I had to do and get her training and tutors and everything like that. That can help her, because me saying it's A, I don't know it's A, that's making her frustrated and scared, and she don't want to talk out in class because she don't want to read in class, all those different things. So I knew, that I needed to get something, because they told me that my daughter probably wouldn't make it past the 7th grade, and she made it well past, and she's doing amazingly.
That's good.
But
that's good.
It's definitely people just, okay, you yelling at your kid, whatever, like do that, because in that process, listen to that. Like you got a son and you beating it in him and you got the belt and you doing all this, but he bet not cry. but you got this belt in his face. He know he's gonna get a whooping if he can't get it. And yeah, so get somebody else, get a tutor, go to the school, see what you can get to help them out. And I think that is a lack of that a lot, especially
Yeah.
when we're barely teaching our kids anyway. And if
Yeah,
we can't
absolutely.
teach our own kids, we need to
Yeah.
find somebody that can.
Yep. And I'm teaching my daughter, 4 years old, the breathing exercises. I told her, like,
Yeah.
if you ever get mad or frustrated or sad at school, what do? Take a deep breath, breathe, calm down.
Yeah.
And it's working because, and like I be telling the kids I talk to in the schools, because like, I talk about mental health and suicide prevention
Yeah.
in schools now. I tell them, look, it's never be too proud to ask for help. I let them know. I'm like, look at me. I'm a grown man. You see the gray and the goatee. I got a grown son and a 4-year-old daughter. And sometimes I need to ask for help. Like, because some of these kids don't want to ask for help because they feel like they'll be soft or
Yeah.
less.
They're
And
gonna
I
get
tell them,
talked
I'm like,
about. Yeah.
look, you are not alone. People go through stuff. You never
Yeah.
know what the next person is going through. It might be the same thing you going through. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
so share your story with other people, because I'm telling you, that's gonna keep somebody around.
Yeah.
I'll be pleading with them, like, please ask to talk to a counselor. Like,
Yeah.
talk to somebody, get that stuff off your chest. Don't keep it bottled up,
Yeah.
because that's not good within itself, because it can
Yeah.
explode, And that's
Absolutely.
what we don't want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I always used to tell my daughter that get with somebody you can trust. If you feel like you can't even talk to me, go to one of your aunties, go to somebody and tell them, what's going on or whatever like that, because, it'll help, and that's very important. I mean, like I got my nephew, if he got frustrated or whatever about a situation, he always come to me. I always try to, have creative stuff from. I literally was just teaching my daughter how to play the keyboard, some songs on the keyboard, and I'm working on some stuff. I always just I just kind of link stuff together because music is therapy, creative art, all those things are therapy. So like when you get frustrated, my nephew, he kind of get toughy or whatever like that, and I'd be like, okay, you need to bring your chest down and relax. Like just then breathe first, because if you come out and you getting smart with your mom and you like now you huffing and puffing and now you look like you being sassy and then you gonna get a whooping. Like sit back and say, hey, like, let me breathe, let me control my energy, and then converse with your mom. I'm upset about this. This is what's bothering me or whatever. And it helps. I learned that because I used to be a boom. I had instant, like you could be like, yo mama, I'd be like, yo dead mama and her dead ass dog. And I'm gonna take your head straight off, like
straight reaction.
Stab your mama tires out, everything like. And you like, I just said your mama. Okay, everybody gotta go. Like, and I was very,
absolutely.
And learning to do that. I don't know how teachers and counselors are today, but I'm hoping there's some that. Oh, you see that video with the teacher had the 5-year-old. She had kindergartners, and she was playing like ballet music for them and everything. And they were on there saying they wanted some song called Pop, what is it called? Something. She was like, but the 5-year-olds were saying they wanted to pop that thing or some song or whatever. And she just started crying. Yeah. And she was like, because she was trying to introduce them to something, but they were like, no, I want to pop that popper. Or, yeah. So that's a whole vibes.
Yeah, it is. And I be trying to teach these kids, like, use your coping skills, like to make people feel better. There are a lot of great coping skills that you got to use and utilize them, and utilize your trusted adults. And I tell them, like, I don't trust every adult, and I'm grown, so
absolutely not
every adult. But
I scream stranger danger all the time.
Yeah, but the person you can trust is somebody that you can trust, somebody that won't judge you, somebody that got your best interest in mind and heart. Like, there are some people there for you, and you know that. Like, talk to those people. So
it's definitely true, and I think they don't know it. And I don't think as many people as involved as they should be. You know what I'm saying? I hear teachers saying stuff like, the kids, their parents don't care. I don't care. I'm here to get a check or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And The teachers are getting younger and younger, and they thinking about they in their
and
phones while
younger.
they teaching and everything like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and not that it's not no good teachers, that people that wanted to become teachers and really change the world. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Right.
I've seen like a teacher literally was in her phone the whole time. I was standing in the door watching her, and she
Yeah.
was just in her phone like the whole time. And I was like, and then the kids was like, somebody at the door, and she was like, oh, or whatever. It was
Didn't
like,
even know.
I don't even know.
Didn't
I was
even
just
know.
like, wow.
Yeah, but and that's why I always give a shout out to sis, Miss KT, because she be on it, man. Them kids love her, and she love the kids,
Yeah,
and
she
she
will have like
actually
a
be
kid in a
teaching
minute.
them, and she don't play, because like
Yeah.
she don't play, and they respect her because she deserve that respect, and she really love the kids and love teaching.
And she's been doing it for a long time. Like, and she
Yeah.
got that kind of like hood vibe,
Yep.
and
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? But she's very serious about education, you know.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Yep.
it helps to like, and she got that mother energy, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she got all sons. So I'm gonna come, and you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, I'll get in your face if that's what you want, but this ain't what you want.
This ain't what
You
you
know what
want.
I'm saying?
They be knowing, like, all right,
Yeah.
you right,
So
you right.
and it's a respect thing, and because kids don't even say Mr. and Mrs. anymore. Like, they don't even, you know what I'm saying? So you don't see any of that. So I think like we need to get back to that energy of teaching your kids manners, teaching, especially, you know, especially if you feel like they have aggression issues, or they, you know, always in trouble or anything like that. Sometimes what parents don't want to admit is sometimes it's what you did while your kid is acting the way they are.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
definitely. Yep.
hold yourself accountable for that. So if you see you got behavior issues or whatever like that, get some programs going on. Find out why. Love on them more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Communicate with them. You know, don't always just put the tablet in their face. Don't always turn it on the TV. Like, let's sit and talk. What's going on in your mind? What's going on? Why is this happening? You know, and I think it's just like parents, and we grew up with parents like, do as I say, not as I do. I'm not communicating with you. I'm not going to tell you why I'm whooping you should know. And I whooped it. Now come eat, because that's the only apology you're going to get. You'll come eat. You hungry. That's an apology, you know.
Yeah, I can admit every ass whooping I got, I know what it was for.
Yeah, me too.
I definitely deserve each and every one of those ass whoopings I got.
I won't say that, but I feel like I probably, when I did get one, what I didn't do, I probably did something she ain't know about. So it probably kind of just like came into the vibes or whatever.
Right.
But it's, you know, it's very important. It's very important that we instill greater in our men and our boys because I mean, look, they don't, guys today they don't open doors. I mean, I get doors open for me, and I've been places where if I was with like some, you know, people or whatever like that, and they were more frisky, and you know, and I'm very frisky, but my character and the way I carry myself, you know what I'm saying? They'll open the door for me like, yes, greetings, Empress, greetings, Queen, and then like move about, you know, towards a certain way or certain vibes towards somebody else. But there's no chivalry, there's no like, you know, those things that women desire, they don't even teach to their sons, you know.
Right.
And just like, you know, so it's a lot that comes with that. I mean, I have so much to say, but we got other topics. But like, instill that in your sons, instill that communication, talk to them. Don't make them feel judged every time you talk to them.
Right.
Put that, you know, don't strip them of their emotions. Like, let them be who they are, or train them how to use their emotions in a different way. Even if you don't want them crying on something, I mean, because don't nobody want to hear crying all the time either, but show them how to work in a way to be humans. Don't, you know, dehumanize them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't like take that energy away from them, because especially our Black men, especially men of culture, of, you know, a different ethics or, you know, whatever, because you make these mini monsters, and they have these monsters inside of them, and this aggression. So let's try to be better at that. Absolutely. Even as uncles, fathers, aunties, whatever, like let's make them better humans than those before them, you know.
Absolutely. And I'll piggyback off that before we get up to the first break. But yeah, let them like teach them their coping skills. Let them get really good positive coping skills. And
Yeah.
see something that's off because you know your kids. Talk to
Yes.
them.
Yes.
Get them to talk to you. Let them know you are there for them. And if you can't do it, help them get into therapy. Nip it in the
Please.
bud early so they don't be grown and do something stupid and not be emotionally available for the right women that come along for them. All right, because I'm telling you, you gotta look out for this generation, man, because all people doing is feeding this shit into them, and it's gonna be a continued cycle.
Yeah, the
You know what I'm saying?
society is trying to make so much available. And I feel like I blame my generation for some of this fuckery that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because we wanted to not abuse our kids, give them everything we didn't have, you know, like in those vibes of, oh, I ain't gonna whoop my kids. I'm not this. They type, oh, child abuse, you know what I'm saying? Certain things or whatever like that. Like everything was just like, and I feel like we made them the type of soft that people not even thinking about. So everything is available. Oh, well, all this. They don't want to work. They don't want nobody to say nothing to them. They are creating. And then it's not really them that's creating all this non-binary people, non-alphabet people are creating that energy because they know they all have mental issues. And it's like, oh, okay, boom, throw it out there. But go wild. And they're like, oh, I'm this and I'm non-binary, comedy, create a bang, this, that, and the other thing. I don't identify as black. I'm a bird on Sunday and Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? And then you can't say, no, you're not, because now you're being racist towards them. You know, it's not even about race anymore in this world. It's literally so much craziness. And I just feel like I blame us. It's like, be gay, be beautiful, just be a good person and love. You know what I'm saying? Love freely. I don't care who you sleeping with, who you love, who you anything. Like, oh, we all beautiful. We're all who we are. That was before the Bible. It was already going on. But all the rest of this is too much. And they're taking those issues and those mental issues and that non-emotional crap, and they're, you know what I'm saying, they're playing on that energy, making all this chaos for no reason. That's just my whole vibes.
I mean,
But,
absolutely. And motherfucker, you ain't no bird. So I mean, you know, kick rocks with that. Go get some help.
Please.
Hey, I think that's a good spot to take our one and only sponsor break. Listen, don't go nowhere. We got more Gist Therapy, more Miss BBC, and we got some good topics coming up ahead. So don't go nowhere. You know, I'm your host, comedian Sean Boyd, and I'm taking us to break, baby.
Primal Screen in Kent, Ohio. For all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Quality work, on time, fair prices. For more information, call 330-677-1766. Again, 330-677-1766. Or check us out online, primalscreenprinting.com. If you mention a podcast, you get 5% off. Peace.
Custom Design Aquariums, where we bring your aquatic dreams to life. With your help, using your imagination, together, we will turn your home or office into a peaceful getaway. For a free consultation, call 330-475-5181 or contact us by email at customdesignaqa@gmail.com. Once again, that is customdesignaqa@gmail.com. Mention this podcast and get 5% off.
Primal Screen in Kent, Ohio. For all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Quality work, on time, fair prices. For more information, call 330-677-1766. Again, 330-677-1766. Or check us out online, primalscreenprinting.com. If you mention the podcast, you get 5% off. Peace.
Custom Design Aquariums, where we bring your aquatic dreams to life. With your help, using your imagination, together, we will turn your home or office into a peaceful getaway. For a free consultation, call 330-475-5181 or contact us by email at customdesignaqua@gmail.com. Once again, that is customdesignaqua@gmail.com. Mention this podcast and get 5% off. Man, I love me some pizza. And y'all know, of course, I talk about it every week, whatever. But I'm telling you, I got the pizza place for you, Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. They got 3 locations and 1 more on the way. First location is in Cuyahoga Falls. That address is 1909 Bailey Road, Cuyahoga Falls. Their phone number is 330-928-2222. Their second location is in Akron at 325 South Main Street, Akron, Ohio. Their phone number is 330-849-5707. And the brand new location, they've been open for about 3 months now, great location, is in Stowe. Their address is 3031 Graham Road, Stowe, Ohio. Their phone number is 330-673-9410. Oh, excuse me. And the best part about the downtown location has to be the beer wall. I mean, they got 36 glorious types of wine, ale, IPAs, beer, whatever you can think of is there. I like to call it a Dave & Buster's of beer because you do go in there, you put money on the card, you walk up to the tap, put the card on the tap, and you pour as much beer as your heart desires. I mean, it's so good. When it just hits your lips, it's just so good. Also, I always tell people, Twisted Tomato Pizzeria caters to your taste buds. And people be like, what do you mean by that? I mean, whatever you order, however specialty is, it is going to be absolutely correct. And you know that's rare nowadays for them not to mess your order up. They don't mess your order up, and it's so delicious. I mean, I'm a cheeseless type of person, so I always say no cheese, extra sauce. And that first bite every single time be, bitch, like it is that delicious. So you got to check them out. Mention Just Therapy, the podcast, and receive a 10% discount. Man, my guy Brad Cover is the owner. Good dude. Make sure you let him know. Twisted Tomato Pizzeria, Just Therapy, the podcast, comedian Sean Boyd sent you, and you get a 10% discount. So check them out. It is lovely. I love it. It's great food. You got to check it out. I'm telling you. Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. If this pizza is possible. Yeah. Yeah. And we are back. Yeah, we back from that quick little break. I had to get little mama some more cucumbers, peppers, and tomatoes. So, you know. So I had to run the commercial twice on their ass real quick, but it was all right. Y'all still here. All right, let's keep it going, man. No further ado. Let's keep it going.
Let's get it.
So listen. So I know the topic said American men ran through. All right, and I got a question mark after it. The reason why I said that, I was doing a little research and I heard it on, one of the shows that I listened to in the morning. And they was talking about Taraji P. Henson. I love Taraji P. Gorgeous, cool, funny, great actress. But she said some shit. I was like, wait, what? Like I had to raise an eyebrow on her. Like, what? Like,
let's get it.
So Taraji P. Henson says American men are ran through, and Young Miami of all people agrees with her. Like, no, I'm sorry. nobody cares what Young Miami thinks. I mean, I've never heard her say anything like educated or smart out of her mouth. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my gosh.
You don't listen to the City Girls, and I think that's where she's from, Young Miami, City Girls or whatever.
Yes, City Girls.
Nobody care. You was running behind P. Diddy and all that bullshit, whatever. I don't care what you say, period. But Taraji P. Henson's been around for a minute. So I'm gonna kind of be like, hey, what you talking about, right?
I feel it.
Taraji is single as a Pringle and joked with Young Miami and Mary J. Blige about flying solo these days, right? So she said American men are ran through, and she is looking to start to date somebody that is foreign, like a foreigner, right?
Okay.
So she has said she's been gaining attention about this, right? So throughout her career, they had a conversation, and Blige was talking about, she used music to express her ups and downs and life journeys. And Henson was like, around these days, the acclaimed actress is flying solo. She said that all the men in America have been ran through, right? So she's looking for a good man, and she says she can't find him in America, so she's looking for a foreigner. Okay. And it was a big debate about it. People was, attacking her or talking shit to her or about her, which I don't agree with. Whatever. She will say what she want to say. If you don't agree, don't agree. Say your piece and keep it moving. You ain't got to go for her throat and all that and be like, oh, she old and ran through, whatever, blah, blah, blah. What? But do they got a valid point? Do she got a valid point? What's going on here? What do you think about this, Miss BBC?
Okay, so boom. I have a lot to say about it. So much to say about it because
let's go.
I feel like you can't say anything. And people were saying, oh, she said, oh.
Yeah.
I remember her saying, oh, I watched it a couple of times. I didn't see the word oh. And I think that's what most people are focusing on.
Okay.
And what people don't really understand is that when a person says American men ran through or American men act a certain way, you're just speaking on the general men that you have dealt with. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're really talking about all American men, because we all haven't dated all American men.
Just her experiences.
Right. She's talking about her actual experiences with men or men she see, probably her brothers, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always, it's a vibration of your community. So when I'm like, okay, when I'm speaking about, you see me, you see how I do with my music or whatever like that, I'm always uplifting, but I'm speaking about people within my energy, my community that I know about. And people always take anything that people say and they ride on it. You know what I'm saying? And they try to run it down. You can't say anything. You could be like, oh, the sky is blue. People, you'll comment that. People are going to comment, oh, it's periwinkle, it's this and that and the other, it's light blue, it's powder blue with the baby tip back, white desert. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people always have to, they want to shut you down, but those same people that shut you down be on that page, niggas ain't shit. This, you know what I'm saying? And it's always a vibe. So men going to attack. Yeah, so a lot of men were attacking because they're like, well, how's she gonna say that? How's she gonna say this? How's she gonna say that? Or whatever like that. But those be the same men that really be ran the fuck through. Like, you're walking around here community dick like a motherfucker. And you're like, so you're trying to attack her. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. And I know, just as a reggae artist myself or whatever like that, I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm local. I mean, I'm international, but that's a whole other story. But I haven't really, been performing as much as I used to. Mm-hmm. However, it is very hard when you're in the business to date already. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you want to just date somebody that's not in the business. You don't know who's trying to use you. You don't know if you're trying to date in the business. You don't know who's trying to connect onto you, to ride on you, to ride on your coat, to get your money, to try to, you know what I'm saying, meet the people that you're connected with so they can get their thing going on. It is a lot on women, definitely a lot on Black women to try to be connected or whatever like that, because you got to hold this strong Black woman statue and do this and do that. And so soon as something happen, they're gonna, put your business out. So when you're dealing with an amount of man to date or whatever like that, you don't really have as much options when you're in public eye, especially, is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So within the energy or whatever like that, you see what you see and you deal with what you deal with. And it's just, it's frustrating. So everybody's attacking her like she was just like, I fucked the whole world and I know they're all ran through. That wasn't her point. And I think we get off the subject of that's what it is. Me, myself, you know what I'm saying? Being half and half, you know what I'm saying, of my culture. And you know what I'm saying? I know if I date Caribbean men, I know exactly what I'm gonna get. I mean, this is just real shit. I know, because it's just a directness and an energy that or whatever. If I love Rastaman, I love Rastaman. There's a certain type of discipline, a certain type of element. I learn from them. They feed me good. They feed me clean. They make sure. I mean, I never have to take any medications or anything like that or whatever like that. But it's a certain type of discipline that you have to have that I don't have all of it. You know what I'm saying? As a Rasta woman, I'm still very rebel. But I just started back dating after the whole sabbatical I took with everything and, pandemic and energy. And I've been talking to American men, and it's like, yo, I mean, it's very like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? And me being me, I mean, I had an incident with a guy where like, I was being like, this dude was verbally abusing me so bad, right? I mean, like, really, yeah, people think you a queen, but then I mean, to the point where I had to come out like, oh, let me snatch my wrap off, because don't get it twisted. You don't know me. I don't know where I'm from. Like, for real, you will get it. But you know what I'm saying? And then one dude, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, oh my God, he was so precious or whatever like that, but he had his own, and I just wasn't used to it. Like, but he still, he respected my energy of who I am and what I do. But I was like, I just wanted to be, I don't want to date musicians. I don't want to date selectors. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, it's hard being that energy, because they want you to uplift them more than that. And you got to, it's a whole battle in that. And not that I don't want to, I just want somebody that want to be in the same vibe. So I'm like, I just want some regular energy. And I'm telling you, in real life, and I'm not saying all American guys, but these certain guys that you deal with within your community or whatever like that, it's a vibes like, what happened? Who did this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is wrong? And that goes back to, you know what I'm saying? You don't know their emotional issues. You don't know the mental status of whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I literally, I'm going through, some other stuff on the back end, and I don't really want to bring it up because it's a whole vibes. But I literally was like, I sat and I was like going back and forth with this person. And I didn't realize like this dude is literally verbally abusing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I still can't even tell you what I did or said, but that has been a vibe. Or, yeah, you want to talk to me or whatever like that, but you can't talk to me in here or can't talk to me in public because, or whatever, like it was so much. Even some of the Caribbean guys that I deal with, they don't became so Americanized. It's like, I look at you like an American now. It's like, so I don't really know, like, how you moving, you know what I'm saying? And my vibe is, I don't really care what you got going on. I just want to be your favorite. You know what I'm saying? I respect my energy, respect my vibe, respect my business and everything like that. Like, this is how I move. Not telling everybody to move like that, not saying whatever like that. I have a certain way I just deal with life. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's my respect, my vibe, my queendom. I'm very serious on that. But I really have noticed that I see a lot of guys, American guys, that are like verbally abusive, aggressive, don't care, don't want to vibe, don't know how to date, don't know how to talk. One guy told me, oh, I don't text. I don't talk on the phone. I just text. So if you can't text, then you can't talk to me. And I was like, oh, click. You know what I'm saying? So with Taraji saying all of that, when she's saying that, it's because what she has to deal with. She's Taraji. I'm not even on her level. You know what I'm saying? On certain energies or whatever. But that is a lot when people really look at the big picture in her status. Yeah. The people that she's connected with and how she have to move and protect everything about her. She's saying the right thing. And for her to say she want to go get a foreigner, sometimes foreigners do treat you better. You know what I'm saying? American women treat us like, I see it. I've lived it. I know it. You know what I'm saying? I got Caribbean family members, you know what I'm saying? Asian family members, even. The way they treat their women is totally different. Not saying that they're not doing other stuff,
Right.
but it's such a respect and such a love and such a gentleness and affection and, you know what I'm saying, good communication versus dealing with some American guys.
Okay. All right.
That's my feedback.
There you go. Yeah. So like when I heard it, I really ain't like, I couldn't say too much. It was like, I mean, I know she wasn't talking to me, you know what I'm saying? It was like, that was her choice. Like, I mean, that's
Yeah.
just like when my guy T.O. had said something, you know, he was just talking about his experiences. So I took her words as like T.O.'s words. That was his experiences,
Right.
her experiences, and she was just talking about her experiences. And so I couldn't like, I wasn't trying to clap back or anything like that. I was just like, oh, okay.
It was shocking for a lot of people.
Shocking because I'm like, all right, well, I mean, I'm surprised that I found like who I found because like I'm kind of like I wasn't community dick, but I mean, I didn't kind of been ran.
Oh, I've heard some of the stories.
Is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been around, you know. I mean, I'm 5 years old. I've been around, you know. So
yeah,
so I understood where she was coming from, so I really wasn't mad at her, you know. What
I'm saying? And people, and see, there's a different level too when you're saying a lot of men are ran through. And then like, cause there's community dick and there's people that were single and they were enjoying the vibes of
being single.
of who they are. Like I feel like this. If you're single, live your single life in the best of your ability because life is short. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's people like, I mean, they were showing this thing about like people dating and there was this one girl, like she had like 6-month relationships back to back. Like with celebrity, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the whole vibe is like, you know what I'm saying? If you doing relationships, that's a whole totally different thing. Like, oh, you're in these relationships, but if you, I mean, just do it the right way, protect yourself, do whatever. Yeah. Everybody we all have a past. Everybody has experiences, you know what I'm saying? And life. But if you're trying to be with me and then be with her and be with her, and then we're all on the same TV show or in the same movie, and you're really moving like in a totally wicked way, like, no, you know. So I think that people never look at the bigger picture. It's always that you're a celebrity. With anything that a celebrity says or whatever like that, they ready to tear them down. And it's so frustrating. Like, stop doing that shit. Like, oh, she gonna get canceled because she said, oh, you know, and then I don't know if she said all, but you know what I'm saying? She's talking about her community. Like, she has problems just like she's a human being that go through the same thing or whatever. Taraji is beautiful, sexy, full of vibes, whatever like that, from what we see. And you know what I'm saying? If she having trouble to find a man, then you know what I'm saying? What's up with the rest of us? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it really is a lot of people out here that's damaged. Although it's a lot of women out here that's damaged too. I'm not just saying guys, because it's a lot of women out here that are damaged goods, and they be walking around like, I'm a good woman. I cook, I clean, I do all this.
Hold that thought.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me started. I know I go.
No. But the reason why I'm saying hold that thought is because like kind of all of our subjects tonight have been tying into each other. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you,
let's go to the next subject real quick. But before we do that, big shout out to Ebony Warren Crosby. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you.
That's my sissy.
Good explanation, sissy. It's environment. It's the environment, culture, and spiritual development of men and women, which makes a difference. And then when you was talking about these women out here doing all this stuff, I had to laugh. She put it out. She put Lori Harvey out there, which
that's what I was talking about. Yeah,
which made me chuckle because she like, oh, what's the next celeb I can get with? She like moving and grooving.
Yes, it's like a whole lot.
Oh yeah. But let's go into our next subject because, like I said, everything I kind of set them up like they supposed to. You know, I'm all right. I'm all right at this podcast.
Like dominoes, baby. You got me. That's how I go.
We go knock them down. I'm pretty good at shutting this shit up. But we go talk about the dating element because, like, you was okay. You all right? Okay. So we go switch gears and talk about the dating element. You know what I'm saying? Because like some of the stuff you was talking about applies to the next topic, the dating.
Yes.
Now go ahead and continue. Because like you said, some of these women and some of these men got issues that they ain't dealt with. So it's like, it go back to the whole beginning of the emotional,
Yes,
being available and not being available. You know what I'm saying? The
absolutely.
dating element is so different because people are still trying to, like, even like back in the day, everybody was trying to be a player. I get it. Get with this, get with that. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I got married early and I was fully committed. And then they cheated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it was like,
yeah,
all right, now I'm out. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
you did that shit twice. Like, my dumb ass came back, tried to make it work, and then you did it again. It's like, nah, bitch, I'm out. Like, so
yeah.
this
And a lot
dating
of that
element,
is lack of communication.
yes,
People would talk about, like, and I don't know your situation, but I'm just going to use it as an example of hypothetically. If she had an issue with you, or you weren't home enough, or whatever, it's never them saying to you in a conversation, this is what's happening, and this, unless you just, that happened and you weren't a good listener. But sometimes everybody will know what that issue is about you, but you.
but you, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
and I think that we lack on that. A lot of women think they're good women, but they're not good listeners. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people, and I see this all the time. Like, I have a lot of friends, guy friends, that will come and converse with me, even share good news with me before they go home, until their wives and or girlfriends, because they don't listen, or sometimes they make it about them,
Yeah,
and because I will cheer for them and I make them feel in a certain vibes, and people be like, "Oh, you all for the boys, you spoil the boy, guys and everything like that." You're this. I am that person when it comes to men, because I'm gonna tell you if I feel like you want fuckery, and I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you if you've been honest. If you want some, I'm gonna be honest with you, but still in a direct enough way to do so. I see women do this all the time. And men do this all the time, because men have that same too. And when I wash his clothes, I do this or whatever, and then he'll come and say, "I want to make water bottles," and then shit, they'll be like, "Water bottles? They already got water bottles. It's all kind of water or whatever like that." And then it's like, damn, you don't shut his whole shit down
yeah,
or whatever like that. Or, we listen to what we wanted to. You could tell a woman a whole story about, like, yeah, I was at work today. They say I might get a promotion. It's me and this other girl, and we were working in the office together, and she had spilled, juice on her shirt or whatever like that. And then the boss came in and he was like, "I'm gonna give both of y'all a promotion." Oh, what girl? Like, when she spilled juice, was her shirt see-through or whatever? Like, literally, he said he was getting a promotion, and the only thing you heard was this girl or whatever, So
still,
certain vibes and that energy, what I'm saying? I think it throws a lot of stuff off. When you can connect with somebody and get somebody that can connect with you, nothing's perfect. But, and just really, finding good energy. Like, what I'm saying? I think that you will be able to date better, but you have to be honest with yourself about because we all have downfalls. We have issues. We have whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Hold yourself accountable for your shit. You know what I'm saying? So that you can have somebody or get with somebody. And then women and men, you want these specific type of people. That's another thing about dating. I want somebody with a big ass, this and that, limbs, and or he got to have a big old thing, all those
and
things.
know how to work it,
Right? You know what I'm saying? But the person that you're not paying attention to, that you probably would have never dated, ready to love you, love on you, check on you, whatever like that. Right now, men seem like they hate women. Women seem like women hate men and or enjoy abuse and neglect and hardship. You know what I'm saying? Like, women, like, I've been noticing some women, some of y'all
come on,
like to be disrespected, talked to in a certain way. I want them to get it. I want them to say the good dude call, like, "Greetings, my queen. Goodness, beautiful. You hungry? You eat today? What's up?" or whatever. And it's like, ugh. And then I'm gonna call you like, "Bitch, wake up. I'm about to come over there and you better have cooked something too." And you're like, and you get jumping out the bed and going to cook and do all this shit or whatever. Like it's no, and I see it, and I don't want, I see people there. If there's no more dating, when they're on dates, they're in their phones, everybody in their separate phones. There's no talking and communication, and people don't play with each other or whatever, and it's just like, it's a whole vibes. And it's so frustrating to me. Like, y'all know, I mean, as an intimacy consultant, even though I'm on sabbatical, that is something that grinds my gears For real.
Big shout out to Shakira Warren
Shakira.
in the building. She say, "Stop talking about me," with the
Well,
laughing, crying
stop
face.
that. Stop that, my
KT,
little baby.
KT in the building. What up, sis? Thanks for tuning in. But yes,
KT.
you absolutely right. I mean, it's so many different ways. Like I can't even lie. The lady I am with now, I really, really enjoy her company. Like, and the crazy part about it is like when we was just talking, like you know how you kind of test people. You know what I'm saying? You kind of test people. They don't even know it's a test to see what they gonna respond with. It was a while ago, and I was watching a show, and usually shows don't get me. Both my parents gone, but it was a show, and matter of fact, it was All American, and Taye Diggs had just died. He was the father on there, and then it
Taye Diggs died? Oh, I didn't see the next one. Okay, go ahead.
Like, how you ain't catch up already? It's been off for a long time.
It'd be stuff going on.
Okay,
at that time.
Either way, sorry, but the following episode is what got me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was watching and I'm like, oh, and it like hit me, where I was like sitting there crying, little mama, like, you okay? And I had to talk to my brother, whatever. But I shot her a text message and was like, hey, you got a second? And she was like, yeah. So told her what was going on and shit. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, she passed the test. All right.
Yeah.
I can actually like, talk to her and be vulnerable for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like ever since then, it's been a straight vibe. Like, like we
that's beautiful.
Each other, we motivate each other.
Yeah.
Dope. It's really, really dope. And it's hard to find people that do all those things that motivate you and be there. Plus, the bedroom, that's plus. But either way, I'm looking for the emotional ties first.
Right.
The emotional ties is go make the other stuff even better.
Which is very important. And I think that's where a lot of people, they fail with that energy. You just said something that I wanted to piggyback on as far as passing, passing the test of being there and listening. Because what I find a lot of people like women, I'm going to get on the women now, women that have to always be in control. And they were in control in their relationships because they were dealing with, people that weren't stepping up to the plate. So when they finally do get somebody like that's like, oh, okay, oh, you need this painted, or you need this, or you need gas in your car. Why your car not clean out? You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me help you carry these bags. And they're like, no, I got it. They this and that, because they don't even know how to, and I'm gonna say be submissive, and certain energy. I did talk about communicating and comprehending. So a lot of people.
Let me read it real quick since you jumped into it. Hold on.
Yeah.
So Ebony time back in. She said communication and comprehension. People communicate on different levels, but we are taking the time to understand what the other person is trying to say, not what we want to hear.
Absolutely. Exactly. And that's what I was getting at, because when your person is talking to you and when a person is into you and they are working, to be them with you and like open up these certain doors and whatever like that. A woman that has been in control for so much, she don't even know how to do that anymore, because she's like, boom, and now she's coming in. So she's not watching the communication of his energy, not verbally. His energy is, because, they have this masculine man and, alpha man shit or whatever like that. It's two totally different things. And it all gets on my nerve, but that's a whole nother level. We'll get to that in a second. So learn that you watch a person, watch their body, watch how they communicate with you. When they come out to grab the bags out the car or whatever like that, when they holding the door open for you or whatever, like I see a lot of women do that. They'll just go through the door and they with the dude that want to hold the door open for them, but they never had that or didn't have that energy. And now they're so controlled, they don't know when to stop, and let that submissiveness work on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And I think in dating now, because some American men, some men are, are not that person and haven't been taught to be that person, or have been so dogmatic towards this. And maybe some woman probably made them like, I ain't never being nothing for anybody anymore, or women on both sides or whatever like that. Like we forget to look for those things, because those are the things that, you know what I'm saying, those things make, because like boom, everybody can get some good loving. You can go in, I'm saying, you ain't got to know nobody's name. But when those things you need to pay attention, learn how to shut that part of you down. It women cannot be masculine. You just tap into another part of your woman energy, warrior energy is what I call it, because you have to step up to that plate. You have to do these things. But when you get with a person that is a masculine man, that is a real, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna work with you. I want us to move together. We're dating, not, you know what I'm saying, in this element on both sides, man and woman. Then that's when you have to shut that controlling part of yourself down and follow and be led, you know?
Right.
And I think that a lot of women, a lot of us, as Black women especially, we do not know how to shut that part of us down and follow, you know what I'm saying, as well as lead, you know, because it's teamwork. Nothing is 50-50. One might do more over here. You might do more as the, you know, as this, and I might do more as that. I might have the kids more. You might cook more. Nothing is honestly 50-50. And people get so focused on that, and they don't really focus on the energy of, you know what I'm saying, everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I would have to say that's women in general, though, because it's women of all, you know, cultures that, you know, don't want to let the men lead anymore. Real quick, let me read this comment real quick. My girl go say, plus my mom adores you. But like, so like, and I'm gonna address the men's side of it. Like, men, stop bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you 37 and up. Quit bullshitting. Quit playing games. Stop being so emotionally unavailable. Stop doing that. Stop trying to, you know, not meet the women halfway. You know what I'm saying? Ask better questions.
Yeah.
Ask better questions. Have better communication with the woman, because you ain't no mind reader. You know what I'm saying? Ask the questions you really need to know. And women, answer the questions wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And same with the men. Stop bullshitting and stop playing games with these women that really want a good dude.
Right.
You know,
like if you're not gonna be good, just move out the way.
Yeah, because like, and if you are playing games, move the fuck out the way so they can find a good man. You know what I'm saying? Like, quit playing that double-sided role. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you know that's what you're trying to build, try to build it. Quit bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Stop having the chicks on the side because you don't know if this one go act up. You know what I'm saying? If you want a woman, be with that woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or if that is your energy.
Yeah.
If that's your energy that you like to have more than one person, there's nothing wrong with that. But be real
honest
about it.
But be honest.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Be honest, because
that's what
most people, don't take nobody's choice. Most people will still be with you. If they really want to be with you, they're going to be with you, period. You know, and I think that that's where a lot of people, men especially, they drop the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop thinking that if you do certain things or whatever like that, you're never going to, you know, this person is going to leave you, because they're not. If a person wants to be with you, they're going to be with you, you know what I'm saying, in any level. And I find it that, you know what I'm saying, today especially, a lot of people are coming more into like polygamy and everything like that, opening up about it, because for real, it's just a lifestyle. It's a part of my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I definitely believe in that. Like, come on, let's have our whole family. Let's build a whole empire together, because I think that, and it's a part of our culture. It's a part of our heritage. You know what I'm saying? And this is what a lot of people don't know. If you be more honest about it, we'll stop everybody. And then I hope people stop focusing on all the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? But
absolutely,
a lot of people lack that energy too. Know how to date each other. Like, that is super important. I think that people are not really dating each other, you know, and women, stop all this shit, please. Oh, you can't take me to a certain this and take me to a certain that or whatever like that. Like, the guy that can take you to those expensive restaurants, that'll be the motherfucker that treats you like shit. You know what I'm saying? Versus the guy that's like, okay, I can take you here. Get to know a person first. Your first date should always just be going to get drinks anyway. be so you can get to know each other, because I don't want to sit at
Talk.
dinner and I'm sitting at dinner with you and you don't have no conversation. You don't got on my nerve. You don't say something stupid. Now I got to wait for my food to come. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't spoil my appetite. Stop wanting to go and thinking this or whatever, and stop trying get somebody to take you that you don't even take yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to want those things. Of course, you want somebody that can step up, but women be he got to make 6 figures and this and that. And the other girl, you make $12.99. Like, go sit down somewhere and enjoy the vibes, because even if that person ain't there yet, y'all might get together and build to that point. But you know what I'm saying? Of course, don't settle for less. You know what I'm saying? Like,
ain't nobody saying settle for less. No,
but like, really, you haven't even got to know a person yet. Like, oh, you got to take me here and you got to do all that. Like, that shit sounds so ignorant. And when I'm saying stop that, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. You know what I like? I like fruit. Bring me some fruit with seeds in it, not none of this GMO and all this crap. You know what I'm saying? Do something. Let's go have a picnic. Let's sit at the lake. Let's do some like that. I want to do something where I'm in the vibes with you that I don't even think about my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to walk. I like to, work out or whatever like that. Like, I like energy. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I was talking about the date naps, right? People have different energies about themselves. We have to learn how to date each other. And I think that people are not doing that. They're not enjoying each other's vibes. Let's do something. You know what I'm saying? Let's really vibe together. Well, I don't care if you do your 1, 2 and whatever, like whatever it is that you do, but find that vibes and really communicate and talk and look into each other's eyes, like vibe. And you know what I'm saying? And you don't have to share all of your life and say, oh, this and that to happen or whatever, because still people that use it against you. But like vibe, play and tell jokes, go to the, like game rooms and arcades and what's that little technology?
I was just about to say, my first date with my lady now, we went to Quarter Up, which is like an old school arcade bar.
Yeah.
Went there, played some games, talked some shit, you know what I'm saying, and had a good vibe. Then after that, we went bowling. So all it was just talking, laughing, and vibing.
Yeah.
The vibe started. Like, and then how you go ask for somebody to take you to a 5-star restaurant where you got to make a reservation, and then your ass late? Like, how you late?
Yeah.
And then you get mad because they, you know what I'm saying, they take you somewhere else. Like, come on now. Like,
I think that people
so damn bougie.
Yeah, they're losing that. They're losing focus on like what really matters. People are not together for togetherness. And like I said, I'm always on the fact that men are not loved unconditionally, but women want to be loved unconditionally. Women don't want to be lied to, but they will lie to men, their husbands and boyfriends in a minute. Oh, he said, okay, stop shopping because we need to save money. You ordering shit and putting it under the bed and hide it in the little hide space in your back of the truck or whatever like that. That's still a lie. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you do this, whatever, like you hanging out with your girls or whatever. You're doing stuff. Like, any lie is a lie. So any little lie, it's still a lie. So and then you want these things. A relationship can't be built on a lie.
No.
That's why a lot of stuff don't work. It's that back energy of that. Taking date naps. Date naps is very, very important. Like, and now maybe not the first date, but like literally, because I need to see how somebody sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the vibe like? I do a lot in my sleep. Can you handle the whatever? But I used to have this cuddle buddy, and we never were intimate with each other, but he will come over and we would sit on the couch or we'll just boom. I used to, because I do massages too, another story, but you know what I'm saying? We used to just vibe and we used to have this whole energy. And like, when he just wanted to release, and I have a couple of guys like that, they just come like, I just want to come, like, I just need to come over. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. And I like mix some food and whatever like that. But like, we'll just get up under my good blankie and like, just have a whole vibes. But you get like, if I got somebody that I can lay, because I got my nephews, we lay in the bed, we got snacks, and we call it the mountain, and we climb up there. I got somebody to come to the mountain with me, and we can lay in the bed and eat cookies, watch movies and stuff. And like, we in the same, because I like all levels of movies. You know what I'm saying? I want to, let's lay up, let's wrap around each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just really learning how to cuddle. So I'm like, dang, I just learned how to do that really good. And it's like, I was just like, dang, like, this is good. Somebody that you could just like really vibe to their heartbeat, and y'all just lay there and play with each other's fingers, and you know what I'm saying, wrap your legs around each other and just like communicate or whatever like that, and just find that energy. I like having moments where we just allow our innocence to be out, and we are freely with our innocence. And I'm not talking about like no perv, because people be like, what y'all innocent?
Yeah.
No, I mean like, man, let's go run in the rain. You know what I'm saying? Let's go knock on people's door and run. Like, let's just be just the freedom of us. And that's what, you know, a lot of people, they don't do anymore. Everybody's focused on one thing, on this, that, and the other. Whether it's just for sex. Like when you were saying something, I wanted to say, a lot of men don't want to be with a lot of women. They just want to be physical with them, but they hold on to them because they want to make sure they don't get with nobody else, because they don't want to lose that opportunity to be that person with them. You know what I'm saying? Right. And not that women ain't like that too, but in most cases, a lot of men or whatever. And I know more, it's women that out here like that, like don't want relationships, but like, oh, I don't want him to be with her, so I'm gonna keep doing what I do too. Right. But like, learn, like, gosh, people just need to learn to enjoy each other. Everybody's so focused on everything else. We're missing what's really going on in the world. And if you find that energy where you can have that space with one person or multiple people, you know what I'm saying? Be accountable for your fuckery. Learn how to really date and communicate and comprehend what somebody is saying. Do not allow anybody to treat you any kind of way, disrespect you, make you feel like you're not doing enough, make you feel like you're less than, talk down to you, anything like that. Because, and don't let anybody do, like, if somebody can't be vulnerable with you or be, you know what I'm saying? Like when your girl was there for you, if somebody can't be like, you know, I mean, I see people like going through shit. I'm going through a death, and then you're putting all of your stuff out on me, like, and I'm like, I'm feeling this way, I'm hurting, and you're like, well, this, and you're attacking me, and you're being, you know, aggressive or whatever, and you're being so verbally or even physically abusive about what you're going through. Like, learn how to really just like console people and love on them and hear them, because we are lost with that today.
Absolutely. Yep, you're absolutely right, man. Great fucking what I'm talking about. This is great conversation tonight, y'all. If y'all ain't getting fed by this therapy session, woo, you better check your pulse, motherfucker, because this is good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's good energy, no, for real.
What you got going on next Monday? You want to come back? Because I got some other topics we can get down on.
I'm always down for whatever.
All right. Well, you coming back next week, motherfucker? Because I ain't got no guests next week, and it's, you know, I got some other stuff I would love to get your opinion on, definitely. But tonight, oh my gosh, hey, I've had a blast as always with you, Miss BBC. It's always a good time. We always vibe. Always great conversation from both perspectives. That's why I like this shit. I love it.
Yes. What KTL? She ain't saying nothing.
No, she jumped. I seen her jump on, but she ain't said nothing. But
she quiet. You know, what you doing, cousin?
You know, she always busy. She busy as shit now. You know. So
yeah, she is very.
I'm the lone ranger. I just ain't changed the intro music yet. I'm the lone ranger on.
No, that's okay. She's still part of the show when she jump in. When she jump in.
If she want to jump in, she knows she always welcome. Always.
Yeah. But this has been amazing, and I really am glad to have those conversations, because I think it's like a lot of stuff that sometimes don't be talked about, and people are always so ready to attack, and they don't try to see from different parts, you know, different sides of the story.
Yeah.
And I'm that person. I always try to, you know, like, you know, even if I'm talking to one of my sisters and she like, well, blah, 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 you know, I'm always like, oh, okay, well, and I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, well, what about this? I'm opening up that space. I also need that too. I'm not perfect, you know, or anything like that. I have a lot of male friends. I have brothers. I try to look at everything from every angle.
Yeah.
I love dating. I love being connected to men. I love learning from them. I love vibing into them, feeding them, you know, I'm uplifting them. I really tell all my men, I want you to all know that I love you. I believe in you, because that is it's a big thing for me. I think a lot of men don't get that, even in their relationship. More women want to be complimented, but they do forget to compliment their men. They forget to, uplift them and, vibe or whatever. Like, why you a grown man? Why I need to tell you to go get it? Like, because I need to hear it. I know to go get it, but it sounds good when somebody say go get it, So
absolutely.
It's a vibes.
Absolutely. Hey, drop your social media so people can follow you that's not following you.
All right, everybody. So you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I have 3 pages on Facebook: Miss BBC Iluja, Miss BBC Official. Also on Instagram, I'm Miss BBC Official. I have a lot of music. It's on YouTube, and a couple of other. I think what is that? iTunes and Audio Mac. I don't really do Spotify, but I do have a lot of I have books out as well. So you can go look up Miss BBC or Miss BBC Official, and you can see some of my books and just some of the things that I have going on. Also, one more thing, if you take somebody on a date, you could take them to a strip club too. Only if they're in the mind of, because like my first dates are usually, and especially as a Rasta woman, it's so funny because they don't be ready for it. But my first dates is usually a strip club or a reggae show. But yeah.
Oh shit! No, I ain't never heard of that one. I ain't never heard of that one.
No, for real. But yeah, check out the vibe.
I fall asleep at strip clubs, so I don't like going. You know what I'm saying? I done fell asleep at several strip clubs, so that's.
But see, if you go on while you're on a date, it's a whole vibe because y'all can connect and talk about the energy and see how a person reacts to a certain vibe. It's really, really fun. I mean, I have family members that were dancers or whatever like that, but it's a fun thing to do or whatever like that. And especially if the woman is in the right mindset, like she's not overly jealous or insecure about her own self, you know what I'm saying, with certain things or whatever like that. But I found it that, people, you could go to church, you could do all those things, but just something like out of the ordinary that you wouldn't even like do. It's really fun. So check that out. That's a whole lot, but we'll talk about that next week.
We'll talk. I'm definitely bringing that back up next week. So you heard it already. Next week, same time, same place. Make sure you check in. The interim co-host is in the building, Miss BBC. She coming back next week because, like I said, I got some other shit I want to tackle and get to, and I love your opinion on it. So. Hey, Couchers, I hope you definitely enjoyed yourself, but you already know I'm not going to leave you without the close. Y'all know that. And y'all know y'all can follow Just Therapy the podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and check it out on Spotify. Make sure, check it out on Spotify, check it out on the Facebook page, and go back and listen to the second episode of Let's Talk About Sex Part 2. Miss BBC was on there. Mr. Ferguson came in the building.
Yes.
My girl Z was in the building. Great conversation. It was like a 2.5-hour episode. It was lovely. So it was definitely informative. So check that out when you get a chance. But come back next week. We go do it all over again. And your close this week, something for you to ponder on. Until the next time you see us on Just Therapy the podcast page on Facebook and YouTube. I'm over here cracking up because anytime I say that, little mama.
I heard her in the background.
Yeah, you heard her. All right. She give me every time she do that. She be on it. So you gonna break this down. I'm gonna give y'all the close and then you break this down. Something you can ponder on. All right, here we go. You're worthy of being chosen, fought for, and loved. Remember that. That is your close this week. You want to go and break that down, or should I say it one more time?
Say it one more time for me.
All right, here we go. You're worthy of being chosen, fought for, and loved. Remember that. Yes.
I'm a know your worth. You know what I'm saying? And believe in your worth. And I think that most people, that's a good closing to have because most people do not know that. Some people do not. Some people fight for people harder than they fight for themselves. Some people allow so much to happen to them and so much disrespect because they don't believe their worth. Because they don't love themselves And so they don't love themselves until somebody else is loving them. So that's one worth is like, know your worth, love yourself, and believe in yourself and fight for yourself, you know, like go hard for you first, then you will know that you're worthy because you won't accept anything beneath that, you know. So take time to tell yourself that you love you every day until you believe it.
Hey, there we go. There we go. Hey, that's perfect right there. That is perfect. Yes. So again, y'all, thanks for spending your time with us. I appreciate y'all. And we back at it again next Monday on the couch. So come
next Monday
with us. And before we get out of here, listen, there's one thing you can never get back is time. And I want to thank you for spending your time with us on the couch. All right. So yes. I'm comedian Sean Boyd. That is Miss BBC. We will see y'all next week, y'all.
Next week. I'll see you guys.
Hey, there we go. And y'all know I'm comedian Sean Boyd, and I'm taking this home, baby. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the family. Yes. Eat good, conversate good, and be thankful for something good. All right.
And have good sex.
Hey, there you go. That's a given. You heard her right here. You heard what she said. Make sure you do that. All right.
Right. Yes.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. God willing. Peace. We out.
Peace.
MICAH Beats activated.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go.